Hey, Ricky, how's it going?
Great.
Great, yeah. Hey, I see the shit shows in the shop again. What's going on now?
Yeah, there's actually something wrong this time.
Okay.
But it's not a 20 man hour project. It's just a wheel bearing.
Wheel bearing, so what do we got?
Brand new, made in America wheel bearing. Right after when I bought the car originally, the passenger side rear wheel bearing went out, so I changed that one already. But of course, after driving for several miles, left side decides to go out. So
All right.
we're gonna kind of show you how to do a wheel bearing on one
All
of
right,
these
well,
cars.
show me how it's done. Let's get over there and get started.
All right.
Yeah, definitely get the car on a jack stand, right?
Yeah, man, this would be a lot easier doing this on a lift.
If only we had, wait a minute. Yeah, that thing. It would be a lot easier. All right, Ricky, what tools are we gonna need to do this?
So one of the, I wouldn't say rare, but tool you may not have is a socket to go on the nut.
That's a 32 millimeter or
Inch and a quarter works
inch and a
too.
quarter will work.
And it'd be best if it was a deep, because we had a shallow one and it fit, but as soon as you tried putting the socket in there, it does not fit.
Yeah, so the axle sticks out quite a bit. So a deep inch and a quarter. We need
Or 32. And
what size Torx?
And then what was that?
30?
40.
Oh, 40. Torx 40.
Torx 40 for the for that, and then
Yeah, for the brake. You need a 15 and a 13 wrench for the brake caliper.
13 for the caliper, and then a 15 for the bracket.
Yep. All right, so you got this on jack stand and getting ready to just yank it apart, huh?
Yeah, so let's get started with that.
You want a clamp to squeeze that brake in a little bit? Or you think it'll just come apart?
It should just come apart.
All right.
The last one we did, if you didn't touch the brakes at all, you should be able to just take it off and slide it right back on.
All right. Coming apart okay?
Yeah. Pretty smooth.
Need me to get a wire or something to hang that caliper up? Or will that hook
yeah.
on something? Because, yeah, you don't want to hang the caliper by the hose, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, if you had a zip tie, maybe.
Yep, I'll get a zip tie. How those pads look? You can probably pull that pad off, right?
Yeah.
Oh, they're not horrible.
Quite a bit there.
Rotor don't look that great.
No. You're going to have to probably replace those here soon.
Future Rick's problem. Yeah, this wheel bearing just makes a groaning, moaning noise going down the road. And when you turn to the left, it unloads the wheel and
Plenty of pad there. It's
Plenty
like
of
they
pad.
replaced the pads, but didn't do the rotor last time. So now I'm gonna take this bracket off so it's out of the way.
yeah. So one thing, we should have took this nut off while the brake pads were attached so we could hold the wheel, but hopefully this impact will take it out.
Like nothing.
Yeah, but if you're using a wrench, you might want to use the brakes to hold it.
All right.
Get that adapter, caliper adapter off.
Yeah, it's almost.
Yeah, we got a jack stand under here, but throw the wheel under there too. Especially if you're on the side of the road changing a tire, throw the wheel underneath while you're working on it. Got some. All right.
All right, now.
Take that Torx out.
Yep.
Need an extension or anything?
No.
Okay.
See if I can't round this out.
Oh, now you're wishing we had the brakes on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so pro tip, do this first. Just use the impact. Spin the end of that thing off. No, you can put the impact down low and it'll just hammer it. Put it on 1. Do you need an adapter? Oh, it's got one. Push really hard. Put it on 1. Perfect.
Look at that.
Yeah, like you know what you're doing. All right, what's next?
Yeah, this car has seen some gravel road.
Yeah, just a little bit.
All right. Now,
So what's holding us in now?
since we got the nut off, there is, I believe, 4 bolts on the back side.
Okay,
'Cause I don't know. I gotta.
let's figure out what size that is and
Yeah.
horse them out of there.
So they are 18 millimeter.
All right, we got a 1/2-inch drive and a breaker bar on there. Maybe we can get it out.
Our isn't real too.
The ergonomics isn't that great. What are you gonna do? Okay, so you're gonna take the dust cover off.
Yeah, I should have done this before too. One of those things to keep forgetting about.
Okay, so you got a couple 8 millimeter.
There's 1, 2, looks like 3 8 millimeter.
Want a socket on that?
No, I don't think you get a socket in there.
Okay.
I should just kind of break free.
About got her?
Almost. Man, these things so long. There we go. Now.
So you say you don't think you took it off last time? You just moved it around?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
struggling
I mean,
with it. It's been a few months since I did this on the other side, so I think we just rotated around to get the open spot wherever is most
all right.
convenient.
Well, let's break those 18 millimeter bolts loose and get this thing out of here. Lower right, we ended up using the extension to get on it. The rest of them just a short 18 millimeter on a 1/2-inch drive. Get it.
Took a little bit of willpower and determination to break them all loose, and some yoga, but
Yeah. Yeah. That's why we didn't film that.
no one wants to see that. Well, a Loctite on them.
Down the last one.
Yeah,
Do you need an 18 millimeter wrench?
yeah, I'm going to need to.
Okay. So we can only pull the bolt out so far. Okay, I've got a ratcheting cobalt wrench there. You know why that one still works? I don't think I've ever used it. The other ones break. I don't think you should be using the ratcheting end to break something loose with a hammer. That's probably what does them in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the thin metal in there.
Yeah, I'm blaming the tool, and it's probably the guy using it. What's left? That's it, huh? Pull the hub out?
You're trying to pull the hub out.
You saying we're gonna struggle with that too?
Yeah.
Oh, it's on there, huh?
Yeah.
What we're gonna try to do? Go ahead.
What a lot of people do is they'll get an air hammer or a chisel, or hammer and chisel, and try to get into that space and separate them. What I found to work, hopefully I've did it a different way, but similar. Running a bolt through the hole that we took the Torx out of, and have it push off.
Okay.
This
See if
is
you can
knuckle
push it
here.
loose, huh?
Yeah. And then we can rotate it.
What
And-
about well, what do you think? Is that moving it?
Yeah, it is definitely moving it. I don't know if you can get in here and see. We're actually getting it with a small impact,
Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, go ahead.
and we still have a little bit of space there. I don't know if we have a longer bolt or not, or if anything, if you don't have one long enough,
If we got a puller, we'll give it a try as well.
or you get a spacer in there and take up some of that.
If you
room.
run out of bolt, yeah.
which we're...
Oh, nice, it's working.
And we're out of bolt now.
Okay, back it up. We'll get something to label. Well, it looks like it's coming. Why don't you tap it?
Yeah, that came out. Oh, yeah. Might need to tap it and then.
Yeah, straighten it out a little bit. It might come out. Did you get it?
Yep. So it came out crooked. So we stuck the screwdriver in, tapped on it, and just popped free.
So actually, that wasn't that bad.
No, that wasn't horrible.
Let's spin that around. What does that feel like? Does it feel bad or?
Well, hang on.
All right, it saved your ears.
It doesn't feel horrible. The other one we did, it was bad. You could tell it felt like there was chunks of gravel in it. It was not great. This one actually.
Well, it sounds pretty bad. Well, we're gonna get in there and clean this thing up, and then start reassembling.
So, what I learned from the first time doing this, there's this little sensor here.
So that's for your anti-lock brakes.
Yes, the bearing only goes into about, you can kind of see a line. It only goes in that far, and the first time I was doing it, we were trying to pull it out, it was not coming off. We thought we were ripping that off, so we were trying to figure out how to get that sensor out, pull it out. Turns out it's only pretty much touching, if not, a little bit off. So that is not something you really have to worry about.
Okay, so the key was to put a bolt in.
Yeah,
and
put in through where you have the Torx and push, can see where we kind of started.
Yep.
And then if you don't have one long enough, we just got a chunk of metal, threw it on there just to get enough gap.
Surprisingly easy, huh?
Yeah, it was not bad at all. So
All right.
now we're kind of cleaning the surface of where the new bearing is going to
Yep.
be sitting in at.
And we'll probably put some blue Loctite on it, everything we put back together. And the other thing is to get this surface. It's got quite a ridge. We got to get that scraped flat because the bearing will sit crooked, possibly, and your life will be a lot less. It'll wear the bearing out pretty fast if it's sitting in there crooked. So have your first aid kit handy because he's just swinging this razor blade around. So yeah, put the shield around and then line her up. Yeah, a little easier. Put the shield on first, right?
Yeah, it did make
Maybe we could have just left it alone.
Another pro tip, this will only go on one way, whether it's, it has to go on this way. If it's flipped around, two of them will line up at all times, no matter where you spin it. One will not.
That's his way of saying we were putting it on backwards.
Yeah.
All right, let's get this bearing in. Okay, well, Ricky's snugging that down. Those 4 bolts for the bearing, that's 98 foot-pounds in a cross pattern. And
it's one of those things of
you're gonna have
good luck getting a torque wrench in there. The other side we just did good and tight, like really tight.
Well, it's a lot like a lug nut. It's about 100 foot-pounds. So
Yeah.
just do your best. And then it's 258 foot-pounds on the axle nut. So,
Yeah, they say that use your old axle nut, go 258 foot-pounds, get it seated, back it off, and within 5 minutes, put the new one in at 258 foot-pounds. So just kind of
okay,
seat
so
it.
we're gonna get it. We're gonna reuse the nut because I don't have one. Maybe we'll put a little Loctite on, but we'll run her home. You do not want to set the wheel on the ground before you set this nut because you will damage the bearing. So you got to keep the wheel off the ground until you get that bearing seated.
Yep.
All right, we got the bearing torqued down, putting the brakes on. So we want to get the caliper back on and the brakes functioning so we can torque that wheel bolt, the axle shaft.
All right. So yeah, now we gonna. I guess where's the?
Put that. There you go.
Put the bracket back on.
We need to clean that up, maybe? Sure. Yeah, let's get a wire brush on that. All right, so getting the brake pads on. One more.
Yep.
Hey, take this thing to a car wash.
Yeah, why haven't you been washing my car?
Because I don't care.
Okay.
All right, let's get the brake caliper on.
And since we said before we didn't compress the brake or anything, it's not like changing brakes where you got to do that. This should just slide right back over.
So it's going pretty smooth, isn't it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. All right. About got the brakes on. If you hold the brake pedal, and I'll go ahead and run that bolt down. Torque it down. What was that, 248?
248.
Yeah, okay.
I'll just put all my body weight on it and we'll get there.
Okay, she's torqued down.
To
a
weight. We didn't have the means of torquing it to exactly 248, so did a little
math in a bar and stood on it.
And
it's tight.
And put some blue Loctite on it. So
yeah, don't try this at home. All right, you got the wheel on. Decided to save your ears. That wasn't too bad of a job. We screwed around about it. Yeah, not even a couple hours. We spent more time going to the store and back. You gotta go up with it.
I am.
Okay, I thought you were going down. Never mind. So yeah, not a bad job. Get the jack stand out of there and we'll be good. So the weather's pretty bad. I won't hear this thing, so we'll take it for a test drive tomorrow. So remember, job isn't done until the tools are put away. So when's this job getting done?
I guess this job's never getting wrapped up.
Yeah. I should put my tools away. Maybe I'd find something. I'll probably find that 1.25" wrench or socket. Yeah, I know I have one.
Yeah, that's kind of a rough idea of how to do it. That's the way we did it. There's probably more of a...
Probably a better way to do it, but...
Better way, more technical, by the book, but this got the job done, went pretty quick. So yeah, if you guys enjoy watching us make things harder than what they actually are, like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one.
All right.